got him. Looking for.
Hey guys, Joey Cifuentes here. I want to tell you about kind of transitioning from the fall to the winter, and I live in kind of in the Ozark Mountains, central United States, and I want to tell you about a technique that maybe a lot of people don't really do as much. A lot of people think into the wintertime the fish are going to be moving deep, but really, and they do, a lot of fish do that. A lot of the shad move deep, but what I find in a lot of our lakes in this region, and I think you can take this technique throughout the United States, is you're going to see, and I've seen fish that live shallow year round. So there's one bait that I really like to throw specifically. I wanted to pick another bait as far as topwater goes, but this is just a great all-around bait to throw shallow, and you can fish through the winter with this thing, and you're going to get a lot of bites on it. So really the technique is a swim bait. So I picked out 2 Berkeley coal shads right here. These are 6 inches long. Whatever swim bait of choice that you like. These are really cool because they don't have, they're not pre-rigged or anything like that. So if you're fishing down in Florida, or if you're fishing around wood or grass, you can rig these things up weedless. You can put a belly weighted hook on here, and you can rig that thing where you can bring it through the wood. That's what I really like to target, but on rocks. This time of year, the sun, what happens is that sun hits a lot of our rocky banks here in the Ozarks, and that warms the water up in those specific areas, especially if you have a little bit of wind on those places. And those fish just really love to get up there. I think they just get comfortable. It's a little bit warmer, and there's a lot of bait fish up there. There's brim and bluegill and stuff that live shallow throughout the winter. I mean, I've seen it. I've been fortunate enough to use a AquaView camera whenever I'm out fishing, and I look at some of these things and take note to that. So as far as colors go, I generally only throw 2 colors. This is a bone pearl color. Something about this color, I don't know particularly why, but I think it's mostly because when these fish, some of these bait fish start to die, they may get that little whitish color, and they tend to look that way, that kind of that bone color. And so it's kind of something natural that the bass see a lot, and they like to eat it. Now, on some of our lakes, we have extremely clear water. Days where I feel like the fish are a little bit more active, and there's bait fish moving around in the water, I'll throw a real natural color like this. It's just very kind of translucent. It does have some sparkles, where when the sun's hitting that, it gives it a really good, just a good visual for the fish. So, but generally that's the 2 colors. Didn't matter if it's cloudy. I guess typically if it's cloudy, I may throw something that's a little brighter, and if it's sunny, I'm going to throw something that's a little more natural looking. So this is an excellent technique. I'm talking, you can throw this bait all the way into when the water gets down to 40 degrees. A lot of times we throw topwater when the fish will eat topwater down to 45 degrees, probably 40. That's getting a little too cold once you get to that point. That's why this swim bait is so good, is because you can catch those exact same fish. You can cover a lot of water with this bait. Throw it on big line, and you can throw it anywhere, and you can catch some really big fish in the wintertime. So throw a swim bait. Keep throwing it. Fish shallow. Don't always go out there live scoping and fishing deep and getting out in the timber, and that's good, and you can catch a lot of big fish doing that. This is just a really fun way. That's the way I like to fish when I'm home in my off season, and it's a cool technique.